Unique. I just want you to look up. Good evening. Today I will be talking about driving under the influence. The purpose of this speech is to recap the dangers and the consequences of driving under the influence, whether it be drugs or alcohol. In this informative speech, I will discuss the drunk driver, the blood alcohol limits, and the penalties involved. One of the biggest problems that we face today on our streets and highways is the drunk or impaired driver. Many people have lost their lives to this very thing. The jails are overcrowded. Therefore, a person that is charged with a DWI or DUI may only get probation or in a suspended license, and they're out on the road to do the same thing again. Only the next time they're caught, they could be involved in a motor vehicle accident where someone is injured or killed. The first thing we're going to talk about is who can be the drunk driver. The drunk driver used to be considered the loser who had drank too much or the druggie who had taken too many drugs. But that's not the case. The drunk driver can be a city official, a policeman, your mother, your father, a professional football player, or a minor with too many privileges. Anyone can be a drunk driver. Now, we've talked about the drunk driver. Let's talk a little about the blood alcohol limits. In the state of Texas, the blood alcohol limit for an adult is 0.08% or more by weight of alcohol in his blood. The blood alcohol limit for a commercial driver is 0.04% by weight of alcohol in his blood. Drivers under the age of 21, the blood alcohol level is 0.00. There is a zero tolerance for the underage driver. We've discussed the blood who can be the drunk driver. We've discussed the blood alcohol limits. Let's talk a little bit about the penalties. You're taking a big risk driving while intoxicated in the state of Texas. The penalties are strict, as they should be. The first time you're caught, you get a fine up to $2,000, 3 to 180 days in jail. The second time you're caught, the fine up to $4,000, 1 month to 1 year in jail. The third time you're caught, it will be a fine up to $10,000 and 2 to 10 years in prison, along with a suspended license. But after 2 or more DWI convictions in 5 years, a special device will be installed in your car that will detect alcohol and it will prevent your car from starting if you have been drinking. We've talked about who can be the drunk driver. We've talked about the blood alcohol limits, and we've talked about the penalties. Now, let's summarize these. Now, remember, if you are caught drinking and driving, you will go to jail, and you will be charged with a fine. You will have your license suspended, and it depends on how long it was. You will be going to the penitentiary. If you don't take away anything that I've said in this speech today, just remember, please don't drink and drive. And I want to show just a few lives that were touched by alcoholism. This is Zachary. 2 days after his 15th birthday, Zachary was hit by a driver high of prescription medication. This is Crystal Foster. Her husband picked her up from work one night at 10:30, and 13 minutes later, they were hit by an underage driver that had been drinking. Christopher was killed. Crystal was in a coma for weeks, and Raven suffered severe brain damage. This problem has taken so much away, so many families. that we need to really study and try to stay sober when we're behind the wheel. But do as I say, and please don't drink and drive. Thank you.